Okay, so we're live. This is our first webinar for the ARCO National Project Fund Learners and Mobile Devices. Good to have a couple of people here online with us with the discussion. We've got James from Unitech and Adrian from Auckland College of Education, Auckland Uni now. And our guest this morning is Helen Keegan from Salford University, part of Media City.
Tom, can I just get the link, because I've got 3 people here anxiously waiting to hear.
Yeah, so I'll just copy the link and I'll pop that into the Google Plus and into Twitter. So I'll just throw that on Twitter right now.
Thank you.
Okay, so my typing skills. So I'll put it with the hashtag, and I'll put Helen's Twitter username in there as well. Okay, so that's just gone out on Twitter.
Thank you.
And let me just quickly paste that into Google Plus as well. And then we'll get underway with the actual session. We'll sort out the how to do this a little bit better for next time. I think you can schedule a live hangout, but it's just it's a little bit confusing between where the links go and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay, so that's all posted now, so people should be able to follow us.
Thank you.
Okay. So Helen's part of Media City, which is right next door to the brand new BBC campus, which is pretty fantastic for the stuff that they're doing there. So over to you, Helen.
Right, hello. So yeah, myself and Tom have worked together for quite a few years now, and we've basically met through the web. So Tom asked me to talk to you tonight about collaboration through social media, and I was kind of thinking about it and thinking that I'd like to sort of share my story. I ended up collaborating much with social media because I was really resistant and reluctant at first. It was about 10 years ago, and I was working on a big European project, and we were using blogs and wiki with students in different countries so that they could talk to one another. And I spent like 3 years working on this project and thought, ah, fantastic, fantastic. But I didn't have my own blog. The thought kind of frightened me. You know, I felt, ooh, no, exposed. So I guess it was about 2006 that a colleague kindly said to me, what are you doing? You're doing all this work with students. You're going on about blogs and wikis and you don't do it yourself. And, you know, fair point. So I started blogging. But when I started blogging, I was so self-conscious that I kept everything private. And then the same colleague said to me, what the hell are you doing? What's the point in blogging if you're going to keep it private? And I thought, yeah, reality check. So I took the leap and I went public and put myself out there, and I was terrified. And actually, it wasn't too bad at all. It was great. And people started leaving comments and their blogs helped me to kind of, my confidence basically, feel comfortable in having a voice publicly. Blogging thing, that was 2006. Then Twitter arrived. I had a similar Twitter really. I kind of joined, and after tweets, I kind of disappeared for about 6 months until it's the Alt-C conference in the UK, which was maybe 2008, when every conference was tweeting. We're all tweeting while we're at the conference, and that gave me the to tweet because these were that I knew in the kind of physical world, and we were connected Twitter while at a physical event, and that really helped me to kind of get my legs, if you want, get my confidence. So that was my, yeah. So as I say, of a social media educator, like supposedly I am, people maybe assume you're somebody that has always loved these platforms, but actually I had a really getting into using them, and a lot of it was to do with confidence and feeling exposed and all the normal fears that people might have. So yeah, but yeah, using Twitter and began to find it very addictive and used Twitter a lot. And it was the following year, which I was maybe 2009 or 2010, when I was presenting mobile filmmaking and was working on similar things, completely opposite hemispheres. And it was basically through of social media that we found one another. And Tom specifically said, hang on, that's interesting, doing this mobile film stuff. Who are we? We should talk. And it was really, I mean, it was wonderfully organic. That's kind of how we met, it through the social web. And so we spoke online, and it's like 4 or 5 years ago now that we sort of started collaborating very lightly, just talking to other students, and that went really well. And so the next year we connected with students and got them to collaborative projects through a range of social media platforms, but specifically around mobile film in one project, and then another project, a collab, which is very much Tom's baby, where we've changed it every year really, but essentially the idea behind iCollab is that we bring students from different cultures, different time zones together to work alongside one another on common projects, and they're from different disciplines as well, so they learn from one another's kind of disciplinary perspectives, and that's really important because we're all basically doing social media with our students, but they're all from different disciplines, so they have a different kind of disciplinary lens. When you bring those students together, they all bring their unique disciplinary perspectives to the table, and they learn more from one another as well. So that's incredibly rich. So I mean, that's kind of a rough summary, I guess, Tom, of why I'm here now. So I mean, if you is there any particular direction you'd like me to go in, or anything you'd like to elaborate on?
Yeah, I think just perhaps some of the benefits of specific social media tools that you've been using. Maybe
Yeah.
You know, what are the key ones that have really worked for you to be able to collaborate with other lecturers?
Okay, collaborating with other lecturers, the Google Hangouts like we're in now. I mean, one of the things I love about Google Hangouts compared to, say, Collaborate or something, I think what we do is the time zones that every when we do online, somebody having a night time, somebody morning time, kind of is. And see one another in much more ways, I guess. So over time, we've met one through these cameras, and that's one of the really unanticipated benefits, but really get to know people. We really know one another much more than have many of our colleagues in the environment find by stores with on the and so we always one another, and I think that's one of the really cool things. I came over to about a year ago and spent nearly a month on Laurent work, and it was the most natural 4 years having outs once a week, you know, pajamas or with Bill or kind of just human, you know, and that's magical. That's something for me that is very different from other kind of research projects that I've worked on. So socially, you know,
And what about with students, Helen? What do you think have been the best tools that social media tools that you've used with your students for projects?
Level, I think with my ego is an absolute win, and set up a social bookmark group for specific papers and have the students be able to add interesting those groups and annotate them and discuss them with others. Incredibly rich.
So what about Delicious?
Well, I guess. I mean, I moved to Ego when Delicious thought they were closing down, and that's why I'm on Ego. But they all have the same functionality, don't they?
Yeah. I guess I've got to say at this point, I mean, Helen's on her iPad with the connection because her laptop died, and so unfortunately your audio's dropping in and out a little bit, Helen, with the connection. But that's unfortunately just a limitation of the connection, I think.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Twitter, because it can be really polarized. What we found, myself and Tom, with the international organisations we worked on, and we work with, well, obviously New Zealand and the UK, but also Colombia, Germany, Spain, Ireland. And one of the interesting things is that the students in different countries often have different tool preferences. And that's something that can be interesting to negotiate. You know? So some people love using Twitter, using Facebook, some other. Well, I think what we've learned is that you can keep it as open as possible, platform agnostic. You know, say to your students, use whatever tools you want to collaborate, then that seems to be much more successful than saying you must use Google Docs in this way. It's kind of harder to say, but we found that if you find hashtag for a collaboration, you can use a tool like Tagboard, which is a platform where you can basically put a hashtag in and it pulls in all the social content from that hashtag. And so there's your community, even though your students might prefer Vine, the students might prefer Twitter, but aggregating in that way, you still get a sense of community, or people are able to use their preferred platforms. So that's really powerful, actually, using the tools for aggregation from multiple sites. That's a big kind of lesson learned for us.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll throw it open to questions from Adrian and James. I'll just put your microphone back on, Adrian. I just muted you before. But
Thank you, sorry.
There you're back now. So, James or Adrian, do you have any questions for Helen? Or anyone else in the room?
Well, I've got a quick one. You mentioned Tagboard. Do your students use that as well, or are you using that to sort of collate the story at your end?
Well, what I did was, it was quite interesting seeing how Tagboard could be used to kind of build social presence. So, last year when we started our mobile film collaboration, Mocko 360, which obviously Tom was in, you know, there's a group of us, New Zealand, Colombia, the UK, Germany, France. In my first kind of couple of classes with my learners face to face, I was telling them about Mocko 360. You know, we're going to be working with students in other countries, but it didn't really mean anything to them. But the students in the different countries started working on small projects locally and hashtagging their work with Mocko 360. So at the beginning of each class, or throughout each class, I'd bring the Tagboard up and we'd like look through it and go, oh, you've seen what that person did in France, or what do you think of this that somebody did in New Zealand? And so it gradually built into a sense of community without us having to say to them, you are a community. It's kind of ambient awareness, I guess, that just evolved. And I mean, these are all lessons learned. We didn't for this. This is stuff that we've learned, you know, fairly recently this year.
Yeah. So I think part of the key there is brokering those communities, and I think that's our role as lecturers when we're doing these sort of projects, is brokering the concept of the community and those relationships to our students.
Yeah, definitely. And just, you know, and we will pop into one another's classes, even if it's just for 10 minutes to say hello via a hangout. But as soon as the students can make that personal connection, then you become less abstract to the people on the other side of the world. They know there's a human being there, and that's really, I think that's really powerful, you know.
Yeah, I think I did a hangout with Helen. It's about 11 o'clock at night our end. I just got back from a game of squash, so I was talking about that to the students, and apparently one of the students thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Because I just lost to a midget.
They like blogged about it or something. They actually said online, oh, he was playing squash with a midget, he was great. And it was like, oh my God.
Okay, so Adrian, have you got a question? You're in there.
Do you guys have any questions you want to? Yeah, Tony's got one. No?
I did tweet it actually.
Yeah, I had a question.
Tony.
See it on the hashtag.
Where am I looking? Oh, there. Yes. Okay. Hi everyone. My question's going back to the start, which was when you talked about your fear of going public. And I think that's really common when people first start. So I'm interested in what it was specifically, like events or moments at which you realised that it was actually okay.
I think
Sorry,
that
just sorting out audio.
We need a response.
Yeah, we just lost your audio a little bit there, Helen. So if you just want to start that bit again, maybe if you sort of keep a little bit stiller, then there might be more bandwidth for the audio rather than the video.
Okay. I think it was a colleague. It was one colleague. It's amazing how much difference a person can make. She's called Frances Bell. She's my academic mum. And it was Frances that kind of firstly, as I said, encouraged me to blog, and then told me an idiot keeping it private. And so I made a post. Frances commented, and somebody else did, and somebody else did. It was an organic thing, you know, the thing that was planned. But it's amazing how much difference a person can make just by giving a kick up the backside, saying, you know, that's essentially what it was, you know. Yeah, so, and realise that basically, so what if you sound stupid, you know? And then I guess there was one post that I wrote where I think it was about information overload and communication overload, and I wrote this one blog post where my head was fried just with like social media, and I wrote about it. Got this amazing response to it. All of these other people, oh my God, yeah, me too. And I think because it was quite a new thing at the time, that was 2006, no one was writing about that. No one was saying, actually, this is really stressing me out. And it did, and so I guess through opening up and then getting such a positive reception, that made a difference as well. So, yeah, I think they're the moments.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it partly comes back to that sort of brokering, doesn't it? If you've got a peer who's brokering these ideas with you and challenging you, that's really important.
Yeah, definitely.
So, any other questions, James or Adrian?
Have you, do you know, either of you actually, if many people prefer to have a private or say an academic persona on some of these social media sites, and then keep their own private ones separate? I know a few people do that with things like tools like Facebook. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I know across the board, and I know somebody that has separate browsers for their identity so that they don't slip up.
Oh.
Side of facet management, should we call it? I did try it because I was kind of from the web from 93 really. So I spent my early years out in some places, and you know it was just kind of fun web. It was all anonymous and pseudonymous and all the rest of it. And then I found it quite weird. It was kind of 2007, I think. My academic community got mine, and I felt really like, because this world had always been a playground, all of a sudden, professional colleagues there, and I actually like withdrew for about 6 months, trying to work out how to deal. I mean, it got to the point where I had 2 Second Life avatars, 2 accounts, 6 Flickr accounts. These were all to do with different things. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Then basically decided to be generally more professional on the internet and consolidated the whole thing. And that's been all right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the keys is getting people to have a professional or a critical online presence, digital presence. And I guess for myself, what I do is I tend to have separate spaces for social and family than I do for professional education. So Facebook is just for family connections for me, whereas Twitter is a professional network for me, and I have Picasa for presentation albums, and I have albums for family, and those are separate, etc. So you can have different spaces, and you have different audiences for those spaces, and you manage it that way.
It's quite hard though, because the way that social platforms are designed lead up to disclose, that's the whole point of the social platform design. It's about getting us to disclose as much data as possible in order to increase their value. And you've got to be quite mindful, I mean, Twitter's a great example, and then you've got a private account. You could potentially have a huge audience. And I think once you've got that in your head, something that I wrestle with personally sometimes, I feel like I'm maybe not that authentic online because I'm so conscious of the visible audience that I kind of self-monitor, stop myself saying basically what people say all the time. And that's something that we don't have to do yet. We're in the middle of this thing, and nobody knows which way it's going to go. On one extreme, we end up in a world where we all monitor ourselves so much that we aren't really authentic. On the other side, it could lead to a society where people are less judgmental. You don't know what way that's the big issues around identity and.
Yeah, and I think those are some of the things that we want to explore, and as we move through sort of this, hopefully, sort of weekly series, and get different perspectives from different people. And hey, thank you very much, Helen. It's just gone 10 o'clock here, 10 a.m., so it's going to be 10 p.m. there. So we really should let you get to bed. I can see you're actually in your bedroom already, or lounge or something. So thank you very much. It's been great having you share your time with us. So I think we'll stop the broadcast and people can watch it later.
Brilliant.
Cool. And hopefully you get your laptop fixed.
Oh, no, it's dead.
Yeah. Oh, you get a new one then. Yeah. Cool. Okay, thanks guys for tuning in. Catch you next week.
All right.
See you.
Bye.
Okay.